Hi everyone, I am Dr. Anisha and I welcome you to my channel. In the last video, we discussed about the mechanism of action of a local anesthetic agent. हमने एक बहुत ही डिटेल्ड तरीके से एक लोकल एनेस्थेटिक एजेंट कैसे काम करता है, एक नॉर्मल नर्व का केमिकल कंडक्शन क्या होता है, इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री कैसी होती है, हमने ये सारी चीजें डिस्कस की हमारे लास्ट वीडियो में. If you have not watched the video yet, kindly go to my channel and watch that video. In today's discussion, I shall be dealing with something very important, both from examination and clinical point of view, that is local and systemic complications of local anesthetic agent. इस discussion में basically I'll be talking about the local aspects or the local complications which occur at the area of injection. जिस साइट ऑफ इंजेक्शन के आसपास जो आपका कॉम्प्लिकेशंस डेवलप होगा, आज हम इस वीडियो में उस लोकल कॉम्प्लिकेशंस के बारे में बात करेंगे. बट बिफोर स्टार्टिंग द डिस्कशन, आई वुड लाइक यू टू काइंडली सब्सक्राइब टू माय चैनल फॉर फर्दर वीडियोस. So despite of proper patient evaluation, proper tissue preparation and meticulous technique of administration, बहुत सारी precautions लेने के बावजूद भी आप proper patient evaluation करते हो, proper administration करते हो, tissue preparation करते हो, but इसके बावजूद कुछ complications after dental anesthesia develop हो सकते हैं. और आज इस वीडियो में we shall be dealing about those complications only, in this video I shall be covering the local aspects. जो local complications हैं, जैसा कि मैंने बोला, इस वीडियो में हम उन complications के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे. And in the subsequent video we shall be dealing with the systemic complications also. So अगर मैं local complication की बात करूं which actually occur at the local site, that means जिस area of टिश्यू पे आप लोकल एनेस्थेटिक एजेंट को एडमिनिस्टर करते हैं, उन एरिया पे या उस एरिया पे जो कॉम्प्लिकेशंस डेवलप हो सकते हैं, जिन कॉम्प्लिकेशंस के डेवलप होने की चांसेस है, उसे हम लोकल कॉम्प्लिकेशंस का नाम देंगे. एंड दीज आर few local complications which can occur at the region of injection. So some of the most common local complications are needle breakage, prolonged anesthesia or paresthesia, facial nerve palsy, trismus, soft tissue injury, hematoma, pain on injection, burning sensation on injection, infection, edema, slowing of tissue, and post-anesthetic intraoral lesions. So these are the few, local complications which we are gonna deal today in this video. So talking about the first complication, that is your needle breakage. तो अगर मैं needle breakage की बात करूं तो this is one of the most rarely seen complication in our dental clinical practice. Studies की अगर बात की जाए तो 15 out of 20 reports have suggested that most of the needle breakage complication occur during your inferior alveolar nerve block, and the rest 5 out of 20 complications जो हैं वो आपके PSA यानी कि posterior superior alveolar nerve block के administration में develop होते हैं. Now in most of the cases short और ultra short जो आपके needles होंगे वो ज़्यादा they are prone to break, okay, and mainly I already told you your inferior alveolar nerve block and PSA techniques जो हैं उनमें the chances of needle breakage are very much, okay. Now in all situations mostly it has been seen that the needle breakage occurs at the junction, that means at the hub of the needle and not at the shaft of the needle, okay. Now some other factors which should be focused upon are intentional bending of the needle. Usually what happens is जो आपका डॉक्टर है, जो डेंटिस्ट है, what happens is जब वो intentional bending करते हैं डेंटल एनेस्थीसिया एडमिनिस्टर करते वक्त, तो that can be the time at which जो आपका dental needle है, जो आपका needle है वो it has got a chance to break. Now the second factor can also be a sudden unexpected movement of the patient. Now at times what happens is जब आप patient को anesthetic agent administer करते हो तो एक patient जो unexpected sudden movement अगर करे तो at that point of time also जो आपका needle breakage है that can occur. Okay, and finally forceful contact with the bone. Now once you introduce the needle into the soft tissue, उसके बाद जब bone hit करता है तो एक अगर forceful sudden abnormal hit of the bone अगर होगा तो that can also lead to needle breakage. So it was a very short discussion on this complication, that is your needle breakage, which is usually very rarely seen in the dental clinical practice. Now moving on to the next complication, that is your prolonged anesthesia or paresthesia. Now let us see what is paresthesia. So basically every anesthetic agent has a defined duration of action, right? जब उस डिफाइंड ड्यूरेशन ऑफ एक्शन के बियॉन्ड अगर उस एरिया में जो सेंसेस हैं वो वापस रिवर्ट बैक ना हो या फिर देयर इज ऑल्टर्ड सेंसेशन और absence of sensation beyond the expected duration of action of that particular local anesthetic agent, then that particular situation is known as paresthesia or prolonged anesthesia. Now अगर मैं इसके causes की बात करूं तो सबसे पहले अगर लोकल एनेस्थेटिक इंजेक्शन के एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के टाइम पे जब किसी नर्व पे इंजरी हो जाए, दैट इज ट्रॉमा टू नर्व में लीड टू पेरेस्थीजिया, सो इट कैन ऑल्सो लीड टू पेरेस्थीजिया. नाउ सेकेंडली जो आपका न्यूरल शीथ है उसके आसपास अगर हेमरेज डेवलप हो जाए बाय एनी चांस, so it can also lead to your prolonged anesthesia or paresthesia. Now what happens is जब किसी एरिया पे न्यूरल शीथ के आसपास हेमरेज हो जाएगा तो वहां पे जो ब्लीडिंग होगी that will increase the pressure on the nerve and it will lead to the paresthesia. So it was all about the prolonged anesthesia, which can be a complication of the local anesthetic agent. Now the next complication is facial nerve paralysis. At times what happens is जब आप infraorbital nerve block patient में administer करते हैं या फिर maxillary canines are infiltrated, at times what happens is there can be paralysis of the terminal branches of the facial nerve. Now उस साइड के जिस साइड आपने एडमिनिस्टर किया है तो उस साइड के जो फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन के मसल्स होंगे दैट आर गोना गेट अफेक्टेड, जिसके वजह से उनमें जो मोटर फंक्शंस हैं वो temporarily loss हो जाएंगे. All right. Now it is mainly caused by the introduction of the local anesthetic agent into the कैप्सूल ऑफ द पैरोटिड ग्लैंड. जो आपके पैरोटिड ग्लैंड है पेशेंट के, उनकी जो कैप्सूल है उसमें जब लोकल एनेस्थेटिक एजेंट एडमिनिस्टर हो जाता है तो आपके ये जो सिम्टम्स हैं, ये जो फेशियल नर्व पैरालिसिस है, you will observe it. All right. Now I already told you there is going to be loss of motor function to the muscles of facial expression produced by the LA deposition, but things to be noted is this kind of facial nerve paralysis or the loss of motor function is temporary. Now patient as a result has unilateral facial paralysis and is unable to use these muscles. And finally, if I talk about the management of this facial nerve paralysis, so firstly, the first and foremost thing which you are supposed to do is reassurance of the patient. You have to explain and make the patient understand that this kind of paralysis is absolutely, harmless. It is temporary in nature and it is transient and will resolve without the residual effect. So this was all about one of the complications which can be seen in a clinical practice, that is your facial nerve paralysis. Now moving on to the most important local complication which can be seen during LA administration is the trismus. तो अगर मैं ट्रिस्मस की बात करूं तो इट इज बेसिकली स्पैज्म, एक टेटेनिक स्पैज्म है ऑफ जॉ मसल्स, जिसकी वजह से जो आपकी ओपनिंग ऑफ माउथ होगी पेशेंट में वो रेस्ट्रिक्ट हो जाएगी, जिसे हम कहते हैं लॉक्ड जॉ. So the jaws are actually locked and there is restriction of the opening of mouth due to the tetanic spasm of the jaw muscles. Now अगर मैं cause की बात करूं तो firstly the trauma is one of the most important cause. Trauma to the muscles or the blood vessels. So जो most common cause है behind trismus is the trauma to the muscle or the blood vessels which are found in the infratemporal fossa. So जो आपका infratemporal fossa होगा उसमें जब किसी मसल या blood vessel को trauma हो जाएगा तो trismus can definitely occur and it is one of the most important causative factor behind the occurrence of the trismus. Now, studies have shown that the local anesthetic agents are slightly myotoxic to the skeletal muscles. तो जो भी आपके skeletal muscles हैं जब fibers LA agent के contact में आते हैं intramuscularly और supramuscularly, they lead to rapid progressive necrosis of the exposed skeletal muscle fibers. Now, hemorrhage is one of the other cause of trismus and traumatic insertion of the needle can cause post-insertional or injection trismus. So these are the few causes behind the trismus which can be seen as a local complication after LA administration. Now as far as management is concerned, तो जो आपके बहुत ही major signs and symptoms होंगे, that will be, patient is going to report pain and some difficulty in opening mouth. I already told you. Now reports suggest that the onset of trismus occurs 1 to 6 days after the treatment or LA administration. So in that case, what you are supposed to do is firstly heat therapy, warm saline rinses, analgesics, and if necessary muscle relaxants are to be given to the patient to manage the initial phase of the muscle spasm. So अगर मैनेजमेंट की बात की जाए तो जो एक प्रॉपर बेसिक प्रोटोकॉल है मसल स्पैज्म का केस है तो जो आपके वार्म सलाइन रिंसेस हैं, हीट थेरेपी है, एनाल्जेसिक्स फॉर पेन एंड लास्टली अगर जरूरत पड़े तो मसल रिलैक्सेंट्स भी दिया जा सकता है. ऑलराइट, नाउ पेशेंट शुड बी एडवाइज्ड टू इनिशिएट फिजियोथेरेपी इफ द ट्रिस्मस परसिस्ट्स फॉर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. तो फिर फिजियोथेरेपी जो है दैट विल बी very helpful in this case and it should consist of opening and closing of mouth along with lateral excursion of the mandible for 5 minutes for every 3 to 4 hours. So this is the treatment protocol जब trismus का case अगर develop हो तो. And finally जो sugarless chewing gums आते हैं that can be given for the lateral movements of the TMJ. And with this, we are done with the trismus as a local complication after LA administration. Now talking about the soft tissue injury as the complication of local anesthetic agent. So what happens is at times when the area is anesthetized, there is self-inflicted trauma to the lips and the tongue which is frequently caused by the patients while biting or chewing these tissue while still anesthetized. So at times patient में आप notice करेंगे जब the area is still anesthetized, they have a habit of biting or chewing their own lips or cheeks. So basically ये एक self-inflicted trauma होगा to the lips and the tongue or cheek. Okay, and this will lead to the soft tissue injury in the patient. So trauma mainly occurs in younger patients. This is mainly seen in younger patients जो बच्चे होंगे या फिर जो mentally और physically disabled children होंगे और adults होंगे और in older patients also. So in such patients soft tissue injury is most commonly seen. Now अगर मैं signs और symptoms की बात करूं तो basically trauma to the anesthetized tissue can lead to the swelling or significant pain when the anesthetic agent resolves. So जब anesthetic agent का जो effect है वो resolve हो जाएगा, वो चला जाएगा, तब mainly what we see is there is significant amount of pain and also swelling which can be seen at the tissue area, be it lips or cheeks or tongue in the patient. So अगर prevention की बात की जाए तो local anesthetic agent of appropriate duration should be selected. Okay, आप ऐसा local anesthetic agent select करें जिसका duration of action जो है वो appropriate हो, जितना आपको duration of action की जरूरत हो वो उतना ही हो, वो बिल्कुल appropriate हो, उससे ज्यादा ना हो, because अगर unnecessarily ज्यादा anesthetize होगा area तो जो सेल्फ इन्फ्लिक्टेड ट्रॉमा के जो चांसेस हैं इन पेशेंट्स, बेसिकली यंगर पेशेंट्स जो बच्चे हैं या फिर जो स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन हैं, और इन केसेस ऑफ अडल्ट्स और ओल्ड एजेड पेशेंट्स ऑल्सो. So the chances always increases, and also in such patients the use of cotton rolls can be done between the lips and the teeth so that this self-harming trauma or self-inflicted trauma can be prevented. So this was all about the soft tissue injury which can be seen in mainly younger patients or mentally or physically disabled patient or in old aged patient also as a local complication of LA agent. Now the next important local complication which can be seen during LA administration is the hematoma. So it is basically the collection or effusion of blood into the extravascular spaces which can be caused by the nicking of the blood vessels, be it artery or vein, during the LA administration. Alright, so the involvement of artery is more commonly seen. Now there is a concept. It is usually seen where the surrounding tissues are loose in nature, for example in the infratemporal fossa. It is rarely seen where the surrounding tissues are tightly adherent to the bone, for example palate. So hematoma may result from arterial or venal puncture after PSA administration or inferior alveolar nerve block. Now one thing to be noted is when there will be hematoma due to the PSA administration, that can be seen extraorally. Okay, that will be extraorally visible. But if the hematoma occurs due to the administration of inferior alveolar nerve block, the hematoma can only be seen intraorally. So we have to be very vigilant while administration of your infra-alveolar nerve block. Now, as far as signs and symptoms are concerned, the hematoma results into bruises, okay, and it can be a possible complication of your trismus or pain. Now, swelling, discoloration of the region usually subside over 7 to 14 days. जो आपका एरिया हेमाटोमा के एरिया में जो स्वेलिंग होगी, जो डिस्कलरेशन होगी, that will take around 7 to 14 days to resolve. So hematoma in case of PSA is actually very common. So one thing which can prevent this is aspiration. Always we have to keep this in mind before administration of any kind of nerve block. Aspiration is very important in each and every kind of nerve block. Now moving on to the next local complication which is seen during LA administration is the burning sensation on injection. So basically the primary cause of mild burning sensation is the pH of the solution or the local anesthetic agent which is deposited into the tissue. So this can be prevented by buffering the LA solution just before the administration, okay, to a pH of approximately 7.4, okay, and it is possible to eliminate the burning sensation during the LA administration. Now the next cause can be the speed of injection. the speed by which local anesthetic agent is being administered. So the speed of the injection should be slow, all right. The ideal rate of the injectable drug administration is your 1 ml per minute, and also it should be kept in mind that we should not exceed the recommended rate of 1.8 ml per minute. So by buffering the pH to 7.4 of the local anesthetic agent, and also अगर आप लोकल एनेस्थेटिक एजेंट का जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का स्पीड है उसे अगर आप लो कर दें, आइडियली 1 ml पर मिनट पे अगर आप एडमिनिस्टर करें तो बर्निंग सेंसेशन जो है ड्यूरिंग इंजेक्शन कैन बी प्रिवेंटेड. सो दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट द बर्निंग सेंसेशन व्हिच इज felt during the administration and can be a local complication also. Now the next local complication which we are gonna deal is your infection. So अगर मैं infection की बात करूं local anesthetic agent के administration के बाद, so it is a very rare situation because nowadays जो आपका डेंटल फील्ड में जो लोकल एनेस्थेटिक एजेंट का जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है it has become very sterile. So अगर जहां तक कि नीडल की बात की जाए तो it is also a sterile disposable needles which are used, all right. And also जो आपके LA के जो cartridges होते हैं they are also made up of glass and they are also sterile. So major cause of post infection post injection infection जो है is contamination of the needle before the administration of the anesthetic agent. So as far as manufacturing is concerned, जो आपके needles हैं, जो आपके cartridges हैं LA के, they are all sterile, they are all sterilized properly before administration. But अगर पोस्ट इंजेक्शन इन्फेक्शन की बात की जाए तो डेफिनेटली द रीजन कैन बी दी contamination of the needle. Now as far as prevention is concerned, तो we should use sterile disposable needles, and जो आपके LA के cartridges हैं they should also be handled very carefully, okay. And by this the infection can be prevented after the injection of the LA agent. So this was all about the local complication which is seen, that is infection. Now moving on to the last local complication, that is your post anesthetic intraoral lesion. नाम से समझ में आ रहा है, आप जब LA एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन करेंगे उसके बाद जो आपका इंट्राओरल लीजन पेशेंट में डेवलप होगा, this shall be included in this complication, right? So what happens is patients have reported ulcerations after 2 days of the local anesthetic agent administration, and it is regarded as the post anesthetic intraoral lesions. Now as far as the signs and symptoms are concerned, जो आपका एक ulceration का जो signs and symptoms होगा exactly बिल्कुल वैसे ही, that is your pain of intense nature is the symptom which is reported by the patient. Now as far as cause is concerned, जो दो most important causes हैं of post anesthetic intraoral lesions के, वो हैं recurrent aphthous stomatitis और any kind of herpetic lesion, all right. जो आपके recurrent aphthous stomatitis है, it is the most common cause of the oral mucosal disease, okay. And as far as herpes infection is concerned, they typically develop on the gingival tissues and are not attached to underlying bone, all right. And जहां तक treatment की बात है तो treatment is always symptomatic, all right. And the primary management is symptomatic, as I already told you. As far as pain of the ulceration is concerned, topical anesthetic solution may be applied as needed to the painful areas. Now the next management can be the application of the mixture of equal amount of diphenhydramine along with the milk of magnesia, rinsed in the mouth effectively, that coats the ulceration and provides the relief from the pain, all right. Now the third management or the third option can be the application of Orabase, It is a protective paste without Kenalog and can provide a degree of pain relief. And finally, tannic acid preparation, also known as Zilactin, can be applied topically to the lesion, extraorally or intraorally. Okay, that can also help the ulceration in healing. All right. So the ulceration usually lasts for 6 to 7 days with or without treatment, and the patients, should be followed up properly. So this was all about the post anesthetic intraoral lesions which happen in the patient after the administration of local anesthetic agent and can be regarded as one of the local complications. So with this, we are done with almost every local complications which arises, which can arise after the LA administration. And in the next video, as I already told you, we shall be covering the systemic complications also. But if you have any doubt, you can get back to me in the comment section. If you want me to take any topic, feel free to contact me in the comment section. I shall definitely try to help you out. If you like the video, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.